Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and welcome to another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff, the series where I teach you not to use the force push too much, otherwise you might, give yourself a hernia or something, just saying. But moving on, with the Fanhome Star Wars Millennium Falcon kit, we are on stage 27. So let's take a quick look through the magazine. Let's see what we got. Super Star Destroyer Executor. Designed as the ultimate command ship, the Imperial Super Star Destroyer dwarfed the rest of the mighty Imperial fleet, constructed secretly in various locations across the galaxy. This monstrous vehicle not only instilled fear in the enemy, but provided the Empire with an arrowhead forceful enough to cut through any opposition. Oh, that's intimidating. Oh, hello, sir. So, we have our Star Destroyers there. That good stuff. That looks like the shooting model. And gun controls, a ground buzzer cannon. There's a lot of ground buzzering cannons. There we go, Falcon, all that stuff. And then we got the rundown, instructions. So there you have the magazine. Here we have our parts. So let's get down to it. Cause ain't nothing to it but to do it. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go. Yo. All right. Let's see what we got here. As usual, another section of hull. Very smooth bit of hull there. Have a little sprue of padding. More pads. Bit of corridor. As usual, bit of frame. I believe we are going to be doing some frame here. Screws of various... Oh, it's on the other side. Screws of various sizes and colors. And as always, our little bit of a workbench here, which I believe we're going to start putting together also. All right, so let's bring in our instrucciones. Hay que instrucciones. Oi! All right, so we have our next parts. And yes, I believe everything is accounted for. That's always a good thing. So now what are we doing? Now we are fitting the base and cushion pads. Cool! So we're bringing in this section here, and we're bringing in this little bit of floor that was in the last stage. And we are going to be merging these two bits together. So that's going to end up sitting like that. This will need the smaller brass screws, which they give us in this pack. So let's get these out. And let's get a screw loaded up here. And let's get down to some screwing here. So let's get this lined up. Get one going. As always, we don't tighten anything down until we have all of our screws in place. Just good practice. I say that every time, but it bears repeating, because it's just good advice. Just get these in place, get the party started. There we go. And now, way screw. Way screw, you have to get into a galaxy far, far away. Lovely. And lovely. And lovely. And lurbly. Okay. So there we go. That was the floor in place. Gonna weather that. I'm definitely gonna weather that floor, even if you end up not seeing it. I'm gonna weather it. I don't care. I'm gonna weather the floors because all the floors have to match. Anyway, so now we have to add some padding from this sprue right here. I need to retrieve my nippers. Nippers have been retrieved. So which ones are we using? We're just using 1 and 2, which is this one right here. And this one right here. So get these nipped. Okay, don't need those. So the long one's going on the long side, the short one's going on the short side. Go figure. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so now we need a glue. Today's a gluing and screwing episode. Yay! Never opposed to a little gluing and screwing. Okay, so we'll do a smaller one first. A little dab here and there. And just pop that in its home. There we go. So hold that for a tick. And there it is. And now the big boy. Again, just get a little on the tabs themselves. And just put a little bit across. And seat that in its home. Go in your home. Oh, I put that upside down. That's the way you go. There we go. Hold it for a tick. Uno, dos, three. There you go. Padding engaged. Wonderful. So we are done with this. So now it is time to do some framework. So let's bring in the frame. Okay, so here we have our frame. Now the first thing they want us to do is they want us to put together another radial rib here. It's a radiating rib. So as usual, this is going to be sitting like that. Take some connectors with the threaded side always on the left. And secure that with the brass screws. And we'll get this secured up. Do some radial ribbing. Alrighty. Get that lined up. And get that secured. Alrighty. I got one. I always like to get another one, the other half in place. Let's see here. Go in your home. This is your home now. There we go. There we go. And last two. As usual, you want to use the brass screws that have the tighter threads. So, last one. Have I mentioned how much I love magnetized screwdrivers? Oh, it's a godsend. I mean, even if they're not magnetized, you can magnetize them. And I magnetize like 99% of my screwdrivers because it's just very convenient. And you never drop a screw. All right, there we go. Radial rib complete. We'll put that off to the side for now. So now we can continue on with our framework here. So first thing we are doing is we are bringing in frame 30, which is this one here. And this is going to sit right here. And this will take, guess what? Little black screws. We got a bunch of them. So we're going to get our little black screwing on. So get this all lined up. And get that snug in. This frame is growing. It's growing at an exponential rate. You know what's funny? Every time I start one of these builds, somebody always asks me, where are you going to put that thing? I have no idea. I have no idea where this is going to go. Luckily, I have found places for my other builds. I actually did manage to clear out a spot for Titanic. I managed to clear out a spot for the Enterprise. I managed to get a little spot for the Agora Models Prime. The Ecto 1 still has no place to live. The Ecto 1 is still living in a box like right over here off to the side of this table. It's just living in a big box right now because I have nowhere to put the Ecto 1, unfortunately. Where this is going to go, I have no idea. The other builds I'm going to be doing, I have no idea where they're going to go. It's just... I love building these things, just don't have the space for them, which is kind of the dilemma of the collector. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so we got that in place. What are we doing now? So now we are bringing in frame 31, which is this one. And that's going to live right here, right above it. And that will take Another 2 little black screws. So, yeah, as far as where do these things go, I don't know. Like I said, I have managed to find places for some of them, but not for all of them. Ecto 1 is still living in a box, but it is what it is. Eventually, at some point, I'll find somewhere to put that. To display it prominently, proudly. I spent a lot of time on that. I worked hard on that Ecto 1. It should be out on display. I just don't know where to put it. Anyway. Okay, so that's done. And we're adding this bit of frame, which is 32. And that's going to live right above it, right there. And that will just take 1 for now. And that'll be further held in place with the radial rib. So let's get that in its home. Kind of awkward. Let me get this way. That might be a better place. There we go. That's a much better way to do that. That makes a lot more sense. Screw. Stay where you're supposed to stay, Screw. Come on now. Work with me, buddy. Work with me. All right. Come on. Go in your home. There you go. There we go. Get that snuggened. All right. Lovely. All right. So that is now in place. So now we need to install the radial rib. And the radial rib will just live, looks like right here. And will help to further hold all this in place. So this will need various little black screws. So we need five little black screws. So let's get this in place here. You know what? I'll start. And last one. That needs to be boomed. Okay. Lovely, 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 lovely. There we go. So we have expanded our frame further. Lovely. Okay, so now we can put this off to the side and we can start actually putting together our workbench. So we'll bring in the bit that we got in this stage and we will put the little pads on it. Get this situated and we will put together the pieces that we already have. So get those on. Okay. All right, so here we have all the pieces here of the jig. Now, hopefully you've been keeping track of which one came with which issue, so you can put this together properly. So this one came with issue 18. This one came with issue 20. This is 23. This is 25, 26, and the one we got with this stage, 27. So it's just a case of taking all these and just popping them together. Just fitting those little dovetails in there. Like that. There we go. There we go. And it's better to come at it from the top. And just drop it down like that. There you go. And there's all of it connected together. And now we have a spot here to sit the frame. And that is all there is to do in this stage. All right, so here's what we did in this stage. We expanded our frame. You can now see it sitting on the workbench here on the jig. They do want you, the instructions tell you to like double stick tape this to like a board, you know, like some cardboard or whatever. I'm not going to do all that. It's fine the way it is. But yeah, you can see how that's working out. We got a little piece of corridor here, some bits and pieces to save for a later date. And yeah, that is it for stage 27. So there you go. Now, as always, if you would like to sign up for your own Millennium Falcon kit, there'll be a link in the description down below for you to check out. And if you missed any stage of this build, there is a playlist in the description down below as well for you to check out at your leisure. You can watch this lovely hunk of junk take shape before your very eyes. So there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be a geek, be proud, may the force be with you, and palm in your face.